What's good, YouTube? See if you can hear me. Oh, it's been a long time. Oh, let's see. My team lost. Hey, we made it so far to the playoffs, but hey, our fourth quarterback couldn't do it, so right, we couldn't do it, both of them. We couldn't do it with the starter and the sub, but here we are. So anyways, I haven't talked to you guys since Christmas. Hope you guys had a good Christmas, New Year's, los tres reyes, etc., etc. This is my place. I think this is crooked though, but whatever. The last time I talked to you was at the was it the one in Inglewood? No, I always forget, the Baldwin Hills. Yeah, so I got all my stuff here. I helped the client move from Seattle to San Francisco. It was raining that day, so it was a Wednesday. We moved with another tasker. You know, he works for it's with a C, I think. Is it Create? Clutter. Yeah, Clutter. We were talking about how much they make. Usually make between like 25 to 20 an hour. So he says he does that on the side on top of TaskRabbit. And I have an update on the expense. Plus nothing. Yeah, she had a handicap spot, like a little elevator that didn't work. And then I kind of fell out of shape because there was so many boxes. At least kind of like 40 boxes. Yeah. That was a mess. I was sick that day too, so only thing crazy that happened at that task is that she broke her like a glass table for furniture. So where you put the TV on. So I had like two glasses. You put the TV on. It was a big move, so it was like 4 of us doing that work, but they were cool people. They work remote. Yeah, and then she broke it. I think she was cool. Usually in those places you have to take video, so you won't be liable for it. But I took her word, so that was like high risk on myself, but ended up working out. And she was cool. After that one, we did a move some furniture from my client. Oh yeah, this is one in Beverly Hills. I think this is like New Year's already, or a couple of days before New Year's. We had to get some furniture for a former client that we used to work on TaskRabbit. It was my brother-in-law Tony. Nothing major on that one, just simple. Move heavy stuff, put it on the truck, and deliver it to their new house. The only thing about that task is that Tony almost ate it. Yeah, I guess he didn't see I guess there was some steps. He missed a step, and then he missed the whole stairwell. So, but he ended up recovering pretty good, even with the I forgot what was he carrying. Oh no, he just missed a step. Yeah, he just missed a step. With the he had the furniture drawers. Yeah, 2 of them. He missed a step, and then at the same time he missed the whole stairwell, which was like just a couple steps. But he could have got hurt, or he could have broke the item. But knock on wood, we were good. Then after that, yeah, that was kind of simple. And then like those items that we used to move. I have a furniture dolly that's orange. I think it's been on some of the tasks, on some of the YouTube videos, and on some on the on those not TikTok, on the reels on YouTube. Yeah, someone took my dolly. I left it in the back of the truck, and someone took it. It was just because I had that dolly for like a couple of years, so yeah, whoever took them. Hey, you ever seen it? Let me know. I'll go find it. What else happened? Oh, and then we had we went to Alejandro. Cool dude. This one. Oh, dang. Oh, it just went on screen mode, screensaver. Let me have this so I can mess with it. Yeah. So that one was a storage move. So I needed the furniture dolly, and we needed to move the mattress to the storage unit because he already rented a truck, a cargo van truck. It was a nice cargo van from U-Haul, and we end up moving some like a bed, a bike, couple stuff, couple boxes. Uh, so he ended up parking like in the back of the storage unit, and obviously we needed that furniture dolly because they had the handle one. Yeah, and the bed, mattresses beds are pretty big, so he had the plastic bag, and I acted like I didn't have one, so he wouldn't blame me. So he ended up like, hey, let's drag it. He was a big dude. And that's when I realized my New Year's resolution is to work out because yeah, I've been like gassing out of air, like some out of shape. Um, I mean, I've been good now. I've been eating healthy, so buying some. Now since I moved with my cousin, buying my groceries at Aldi. So eating healthy and cooking and stuff because I realized how much I spent on a credit card. It was an eye opening. I'm gonna do some more financing because I'm not really good at it, but I'm okay with math, so I mean help other people, do their financing too with me. I mean I'm not a genius or anything, but it's simple math. It's like whatever you make and then whatever it goes out, and then kind of see where your expenses go and where you could cut off. I know California is expensive, but there's always you always can find a way how to save money or how not to spend money. But that's another topic. On top of that, Task, he was a cool dude. He had the new Lucid car. There's a company here in Torrance that they sell those cars here. I think that we're the only one that has that. It's like the Tesla rival or like the Rivian, but it's really expensive. Like they're like 125, 130. He had like one of them. So cool dude. He said he was gonna text me for a job here in Manhattan Beach, cause I guess that's where he was gonna move. Before I don't really get into people's business like that. I just tell them like what they do and how they are, simple stuff. But yeah, he said he was gonna text me, but we'll see though, right? And then after that, I think this is before New Year's. So before that, a guy named Jonathan hit me up, another task client. That one was simple, just two regular bikes to West Hollywood and just using transit or delivery. Nothing too major. I always have like the I always stress that they're gonna fall off. Even though they're like heavy, just a little bump or a hard curve, they might like fly off. Usually I put my dolly, but since they stole it, I usually don't. Putting the strap is like overdoing it, but I guess you get peace of mind. Yeah, it was simple. 45-minute drive. He did text me back to if I could deliver it to West Hollywood to Santa Monica, but I have a 2-hour minimum, and he was like, no, it's too much, cause I get 110, and then I guess they get charged 175. If you don't know what to charge, you go by the little target that TaskRabbit gives you, and then you kind of do the math. You kind of just if you have an iPad or another MacBook or like another phone, just kind of like see how much you charge, and then you kind of see how much the client gets charged, and you kind of base from that, because you can't really custom made the hourly rate. I mean, you can change the hourly rate, it ranges, but you can't really have make a full price. Like you can't give them a quote. That's only like on a different app like Thumbtack, and then they add their fees. But like you can give them a quote, and then they'll take that, and then whatever you get back, that's your what you get from that from Thumbtack. From TaskRabbit, it's just hourly. It was just increments of 15 minutes. So you just divide everything by 4, or you add everything. Oh yeah, you divide it by 4. So if it's $100, it's $25 each 15 minutes. Now it gets kind of tricky when it's like 70 or 65 or 30 bucks, you know. And then you have to kind of do a little bit math. But yeah, he ended up like not hiring me, so I was bummed out on that one. But hey, the 2 hour rental plus gas is up like at 4 right now at 4.14 or 4.10. It depends where you go. It fluctuates. Oh, and that one, at the end of the year, I think this was on a Thursday before the year ended. This lady hired me to move from one location to another. It's funny because I don't know if I really talked about this. I think I did. I haven't looked at my old video. We had to move a piano, and I wanted to move a piano. This video might be really long. This might be like 30 minutes, but I need to get this because it's like I'm running out. It's like 2 pages of these. Yeah, just she was moving within the same vicinity, so it's funny because it's a those Section 8 houses, the ones like government built houses, like you see in South LA, or I think Compton has it. I know Watts has it too, but this one's in a nice neighborhood. Oh, it's not even a nice neighborhood. It became nice. It became gentrified, right? There's one in Venice, right on is it La Cienega? No, it's not La Cienega, is it? No, it's on Lincoln. It's on Lincoln, and it's right next to Ross. Yeah, those like apartments, like they were like housing for obviously people who didn't make a lot of money. Those were like I don't remember. I remember it was dangerous going there. I used to work with my dad during he used to do newspapers, so I used to go with him. Dang, screensaver. I used to go with him, so I mean at the time when my dad went, it's almost like Venice Playa Vista. I don't know, it's weird. It's a weird, like, it's not a weird location, it's just like I always get confused like what's the borders. But anyways, rambling and shit. That one's on Obama. I don't know what was the old street name, but it was on Obama and La Cienega. It's on the right side. If you live from California, it's like right next to the 10. No, not right next to the yellow subway. Is it metro? No, the metro, the yellow light metro. I don't know. I don't know. I think they don't go by colors anymore. And yeah, it was just move from one location to another. I guess he had a bigger family. He had like 2 little kids, and he looked really tired too. And I think I was kind of sick. I was sick, but I was getting out of it. And yeah, we were just moving stuff, and his family came, his neighbor came, and at first I thought it was his mom. Like, hey, why'd you hire this guy? Like, I don't know. And then she became really cool. She ended up being her neighbor. I thought it was her mom. It's funny because I was not trying to stereotype. Like, oh, she kind of looks like her mom, but her real mom, the client's husband's real mom and dad came, so they were like they were not even the same. But he was cool, dude. He I don't know what he did. He's like a data analysis or data engineer. We were just talking about code, and then yeah, we ended up just moving stuff, like not a lot of stuff, but he just looked tired. But he did need me on the piano though. The piano was, I don't know how we did it, honestly. At the time I had my dolly, so I think this is I guess it's before it got stolen. So I had that dolly, and he had some dollies, and we had like at least 6 people helping us on that piano. It was like, I don't think it's a grand piano. I don't know what they call it. It's a rectangle piano. It does weigh a lot though, so. And we did have one injury, but it wasn't too bad. She almost smashed her finger. She like cut a piece of her index. She was bleeding a lot, but she was cool with it. And she was cool neighbor, so she helped a lot too. And everything was one level and like one step. And Yeah, it was crazy. Like it's funny because I never done a piano like non-taskers. That one was like crazy because most of them were just all family members. Obviously the husband did put a lot of work. Me and him, we kind of grabbed one side and like all of them grabbed the other side, and we trying to take it in the living room. And then he hired me again for an for I guess more of the stuff going to the because he had two garages, so just put some of the stuff on that garage. You know, he said he doesn't have time because obviously he had like two kids. Now he has like two condos, so he had like so much on his plate. So he said that a little help helps a lot. So thank God, you know. I was like, hey man, thanks for hiring me. You know, like you could have done this yourself. He was like, happy that I was there for him. So it was on that one. And I think that was it. I think that was New Year's, you know. And then this whole month of January is just it's just been slow. Cause you know everybody's paying for Christmas, Thanksgiving, all the holidays, New Year's, rent, taxes. You know, on top of the inflation, you know, recession, the housing. So, usually this month, it is slow. For some reason, I guess, for all the reasons I said. And I'm not slow this year, but this year I was because the client that always hires me on this month, she ended up going like a longer vacation, so I ended up not having a lot, so I have some money saved up in the bank for any rainy days. But you know, I like to stay always looking for work, so I end up like asking people if they needed work, and I end up getting a little bit, and then finally my client comes back from vacation, and we end up back this whole end of this month. I end up having work. Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you what. This is what I had this whole month. It was not really a lot. Yeah, we end up getting tile from I end up getting tile to two different locations. You know, one in Downey, one in Carson. Simple stuff. You know, just go over there, ask for the client's name, and they'll just just gotta show some ID, and they'll bring it to you. Nothing too major. What else do I have? There's someone. Oh yeah, and then this other one was funny. There's a client that she hired me before, so she needed some papers. I guess this guy wasn't paying his rent, so I guess she was gonna give him not, I don't know if it's serving them, but like a notice, right? Like hey, there's a notice that you haven't been paying, and it's funny because it like the whole everybody knows that you're not having paid because I had to post it on the door, and that was kind of weird, but yeah, we had to put it on the. First of all, I don't know. It just became like difficult, you know, and so much back and forth. And plus, she was busy, so I couldn't really like talk to her. Like an hour ended up becoming like 3 hours. So I ended up putting it on the wrong house. I ended up putting it on the wrong door. And then when I finally got it, the tape wasn't working. It was just a mess. And then I had to yeah, like I think I had to put it on the door, and then I had to mail it to him. But since I guess they have there's no like to mail it, to put it in the mailbox. I had to like pretty much mail it to him, and then I didn't have a stamp. It was just that job shouldn't have took that long, honestly. But we made it work, and I took pictures of it. That was it. And then at that same day, I had to go to San Pedro, and this lady was coming from Las Vegas, which I didn't know that until like I started talking to her, and they were a lesbian couple, but the other one was in Las Vegas. She was here with like 3 different kids. It was like a weird situation, you know. They just wanted like staging or moving help, and I went there, and I was a little late because of the whole incident of the of serving somebody, and so I came and I set up the whole living room, and she just needed 2 beds kind of swapped out, and I did that at ease. And then she had a couple boxes there waiting for me, and then just kind of put everything in place. And the little kids were helping out, and then I was just there for like, I think like an hour or two, just I think an hour and a half, just chilling there and just waiting to what was the next step. And then at the same time, there was the guy was doing the alarms, and he was waiting there too, and everybody was just like everywhere. It was not chaos, but it was just like she didn't know like what's what, and she kept calling her partner, and then her partner kind of started scolding about some other kid at that. It was just like all her laundry was like in blast, and it was like a professional, but she was cool. I mean, I was just cool about it. Like, I've been through those awkward situations, and it's cool. I'm just chilling, getting paid. But it's kind of weird just sitting there and not doing anything. I mean, it's cool. Let's call it like 4-hour minimum and go home, and you guys could like worry about what's going on over there. And I was just chilling there just in case she needed somebody or she needed something. And yeah, and it just ended up being like a 4-hour job. She was like, okay, you just leave, and then that and that task ended up being a CC. So CC means there's a credit card issue, so that means either it's like expire or it's not updated, or I don't know. I really don't look into it. I just like those. I don't know. I think those are the two options, or there's one, or like it's a fake credit card. I don't know. It's some fraudulent site. So I ended up hitting TaskRabbit, and they got it fixed. Then in the other one, so this lady hit me up like 2 months ago. Maybe hit me up last year, and she's the one that wanted some steaks from this place in West Covina. She stays pretty far, and last time with the new update that TaskRabbit had, she got me on the low, so she got me like $30 an hour. And then last time I charged her was $60 an hour, so pretty much she got me at half price. But I did 2 hours with her, so it was like $120. And so I was like, oh, $30. It's gonna be like at least an hour or two of work. It's gonna be like $60, and then she stays really far, so I told her straight out, like, hey, give me like a 4-hour minimum, at least. I could maybe 3, and she ended up agreeing 4 hours, so that was cool. So 30 times, yeah, it's 120. So it ended up her costing her like $150 just for some caramel apples. I was like, hey man, like, it's a convenience thing, right? So she was like, hey, it's kind of expensive, but I need these apples. And she ended up giving me she ended up trying to give me an apple, a caramel apple, but I was like, nah, I'm good. Like, it was like in the morning, so I was not feeling it. I'm not really a sweet kind of guy, so and I'm like not getting one. And she was cool, but she has a nice house. I'm not gonna lie, it's like really really nice house. Oh yeah, so yeah, cause I wrote the same tiles, but it's cause it got canceled cause I had too much one in one day, so I had to like move to a different location, move to a different day. A lot of cancellation. I had today to Monday was today's I don't know what's today's date. What's today's date, guys? Man, this one doesn't. I have my phone here. Well, I shouldn't charge my phone. I was here. Oh, the 30th. So Monday 30th. I was gonna go to Las Vegas today, but I ended up not going because it got canceled. Surprise, surprise, right? She hit me up on a Monday, last Monday, so it was gonna go for this Monday. And I hit her up. I was excited, like $55 an hour. And it might be like a whole day kind of thing, so it'd be like 550 at least for 10 hours. 550 for 1 day's of work. That's not that bad. And I have friends and family that live over there. So it was, the hotel wouldn't. I asked her how long was it gonna be, and and I asked her about the gas being expense. I think that's the reason she canceled it, because I asked her about gas being expense, because she's already spending $5.50, and with the 30%, I don't know how much that is. I feel like doing math right now, so maybe like 600, more than 600. So I'll check the math, see how that goes, and yeah, the gas, gas is expensive, so at least maybe $1,000, maybe, because it said 10 to 12 hours. It was just picking up some stuff here, Avenue of Stars. It's just like in Culver City, and from there head to Las Vegas to the conventions. I think it was in I don't remember. It's the one past Paris, the Venetian, I think. I mean, I said convention, so it'd probably be the backside, because there's conventions in the back. Since I used to live there during COVID. So yeah, man. When COVID happened, man, I was busy. I thought I wasn't gonna be busy, but I mean, I can't read that, but that's another story if you guys want me to tell you about that. Yeah, so she ended up canceling, so I ended up getting her number, because when I called her, my voicemail leaves it, and they leave their number, their real number there, and I obviously I copy and paste it and text her, and I tell her, hey, I'm down to work. You kind of maybe like I play dumb, so and like, hey, maybe cancel it by my mistake, but she never answered, so whatever. And then yesterday or 2 days ago, like my arm hurts for that still. Yesterday I went to North Hollywood, same client with the tiles. That's the one that keeps me busy the whole year. She cool, man. I like her. So she ended up calling me like usually she calls me like early, like 8 or 9, and then she was like, hey, look, the client ordered some sofas from Living Spaces, and it's in his front of his condo, but he's not gonna be there till like 2 or 3 hours, and she stays in like somewhere like in West LA. She stays on Wilshire, far from North Hollywood. Cause then she has to hit the 405 to the 101. I have two freeways. I hit the 405 to the 101 or the 110, and then when the 101, I can hit the 105 too. I had the 105 with me too, because it's right next to the airport. That's the one that takes you to the airport. It takes you to the airport, SoFi Stadium, and SpaceX. And then when you keep going that way, I don't know what's over there. Does it hit? I don't think it's. I don't think. No. 405 hits the Galaxy Stadium, because it goes down, and then 110 hits it, and it ends at Pedro. Yeah. So she was like, how far can you get here? Usually it just depends, man. Like if there's no accidents, like 45 minutes to 30 minutes. If there's an accident, and there's always an accident in LA, like an hour or two, hour and a half. But yeah, I was lucky, so it was like 45 minutes. Plus with the fast track, 30 minutes. I got there, and she was like, I don't know why we didn't put him in, but I don't know. I just don't talk back to my clients like that. I'm like, okay, whatever they say goes. Like, if they want to hear my opinion, then I'll let them know. But I mean, they're pretty big. Yeah, because there was no way to put them in the condo. Everything, like the walkways, it'll be in the way, and they're pretty big. So on the YouTube reels, you can see the big boxes it's like the recent one that I just put. So she was like, I don't like her helping me, because I don't want her to get hurt. So I mean, it was big and it was awkward. It was a little heavy, but it was manageable. You can move it. And I used my new doll. Oh, I had my old dolly, so I fixed it, because it's I forgot what the guy said. I think it was iron, because it needed to be welded. The wheel came out, there's a reels that it's like the one I'm here all dirty. The fish tank broke it. Um, and it finally gave out, and I kind of reinforced it. I told the guy to reinforce it again, so he did a pretty good job. So that's the one I use right now. And then yeah, I just put it in the truck. You know, it was difficult, but I did it. But that was not the problem. The problem is that she wanted a furniture, a 4-door furniture. It's the one it's like I forget what they call. It's where you put the TV on. And then it has a name too. So I know I should know this because I've been doing this for a minute. But she wanted me to go get it, and this is about the task at 250. So now the expenses, it caps at 250 no matter what category. So let's say you want to go to IKEA, or you want to go to Best Buy, or whatever warehouse or store. Anything above 250, TaskRabbit is not gonna expense it. I guess you have to do it through PayPal or Venmo or Apple Pay, but TaskRabbit has a cap now. So that's what I figured out that day, because I didn't know how that worked. I thought it was 250, and you call TaskRabbit. You're like, hey, look, can I get more? No, it's 250. That's it. You can't go over that. If you go over that, then they're not gonna expense your item. Or you have to take a risk. Anything before anything 250, then it's good. Just like it used to be with the $100. But over anything above 250, they're not gonna expense. Oh, well, I don't know if they're gonna expense it, or I don't know what's gonna happen. That pretty much the client owes you money on top of the hourly rate, if you even get your money. So I suggest like kind of like talk to the person that you're gonna expense it. So I guess because she wanted to use her credit card, that's why her credit card was on that account. That's the reason she wanted to expense it on TaskRabbit. And it's good too, because back then they used to expense it like nothing. I guess they must have got too many fraudulence, or too many problems. Because I used to get a lot like Apple stuff, and anything that was Apple, it was an automatic cancellation. I didn't cancel it. TaskRabbit canceled it. And I think one got through, and it got canceled at the last minute, just before I was gonna buy it. But anyways, I was off topic. I'm already at 30 minutes. So yeah, so I end up buying the thing. So I end up working out with the client how we were gonna pay this, and so now I have those 2 boxes with the furniture thing, and I had to just make sure I strap it right. And when I unstrapped it, I must have left because I have a big one, like a big rig one, and someone stole that one too. I know who probably stole it, because it was there was some primos working right next to it, and obviously I was fixing the boxes, because I had to take the boxes and the furniture to the condo, so I was there for a cool minute, and then obviously the truck was led by itself. Nobody drives sticks, so nobody's gonna steal my truck. But I do have my tools there and my straps, and then they stole the one they stole the car, not the semi strap. It's pretty big. They stole the strap one, the one that, like, the ratchet one. The strap was there, the big one was there, so they stole the one important part. So I knew who it was, but I wasn't really sure, because I just left it there. I always forget, like, people steal. But yeah, so whatever, it was cool. I'll probably just buy another one. And yeah, took all the papers and bring everything towards the truck. Then we finished that day. It looked crazy. It should have been hard, but I made it work. It was really simple. The reason she likes me going over there, because most of her clients are like high clientele. So this guy doesn't like the walls to be scratched, or the floor. So I have to her clients are really that uptight. So she likes me because I'm careful. I try to be careful. Yeah, this guy's walls are all white, and he doesn't want nothing scratched. Anything scratched. I don't even know if what happens if it gets scratched. I don't even want to know. So that's why like when she calls me for that client, I'm super careful. Always have furniture blankets. I have the little eraser mark. I have paint sometimes, so that's why I'm always careful with that client. So I did the cancellation shit. Oh, and then the last one before I go, this is already getting long. It was a. This was here in Torrance, so no, it was in Rolling Hills. Anything, every time over here in my area, it's always gotta be something crazy. Last time I was in Torrance or Rolling Hills, this when I had the longest, second longest task, which was it was from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Last year's and it was in Halloween. So 2 years later, so pretty much 2 years before, cause 4 years before the first one, so 2 years before I broke the record for the longest task, and that one was from 7 a.m. Yeah, 7 a.m. Well, it was 7 a.m. because I wake up at 6. At 7 a.m. to midnight like 12:30. So, the other one was 8 a.m. I think I had to wake up. Yeah, I had to wake up at 8 a.m. and then to 11. But that day I took my cousin with me, so I had to split the profits. The other one, the one where I was working with that company, that was all me. So I think I made like 80 times 8, like 12. I think 1,200. Yeah, 1,200. Because it was at 80 an hour. 80 times 10 is 800, and 80 times 12, 16, yeah, 11, 16, yeah, 900. Yeah, because I did more hours. I did crazy hours. I did like, I don't know if it was 15 or 16 hours. It was a crazy amount of hours. I was so tired that day. Anyways, whatever. I'm going off track again. It was a big move. So this guy was downsizing. I felt bad for him though. I didn't feel bad for him because it was a nice area. So he's moving from his $1.5 million house. It sounds a lot of money, but the house that he was talking about is just a basic house. Well, not even a basic house. It was I think the thing that he was paying the most was the view. He had an ocean view. That's what we were talking about in the elevator. And he was diabetic. He had like this crazy surgery, and it felt like he was shot, but he said like his pancreas, I guess because he was diabetic. He said he's been hospitalized like 4 times. And he was doing the move with me, so he was feeling bad, like he wasn't helping out, but he was. Him and his wife were putting work. And then later on, one of her friends came, but that was like we were almost done. I started this was Saturday. It's because I didn't work Sunday because of the Niners were going to play that day. The Niners and the Chiefs, so I just wanted to see the two playoff games. So Saturday, so we ended up working at 12:30. So I ended up waking up I ended up going at noon, and I kind of got there late, but they weren't there yet, and they were moving from a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, a yard, like 2-car garage, because all that. So you have to kind of think about all that because they put stuff there, like wherever you live, you always have some stuff in the living room, stuff in the kitchen, stuff in your bedrooms, and you just keep buying stuff, so it adds up. So that's why I go 4-3 plus living room, garage. Damn, it was gonna be big. So he ended up coming with the 28-footer from U-Haul. I guess it's the biggest one that they have. Yeah, because I drove that one too. It's the biggest one they have. It's pretty big. I hate driving that. I hate it. I only drove it once. I saw it's a lot of stuff. He said he threw some stuff too. So, and I thought we were gonna be there forever. Cause he said there's gonna be more tasks here. I had to be by myself, and it was 58 an hour. So I was there for like 6 hours. I guess they capped me out, so because I was getting a little expensive, but I was putting in work. It's not like I wasn't doing anything. And then the way the way it was, like the way to get to the condo was simple, but it had like two little steps because it had a river in the middle. And the elevator, and then they have four more steps in to the condo. It was if it wasn't for those stairs, we would have finished at least a little bit sooner. But so it just made everything difficult, and he had a lot of heavy stuff too. And the heaviest thing that he had a I don't know if it's a punching bag. I mean, it is a punching bag, but it's the black ones, and and you fill them up. But he put sand, like wet sand, like almost the clay. So there's no way to take it off. Usually people put water, but when you're gonna move it, that's when you're gonna realize like, damn, I should put water. It was heavy. Like we just kind of like it was like the front thing. It was the last thing I guess it got moved, and it was the first thing that had to get off the truck. Then we just kind of slid it, and it just slide on the little ramp that the U-Haul has. And then we had kind of we had the dollies, and it took a minute, but we got it out. We got it up there. At the same time, he had a Murphy bed. Oh my God, the Murphy bed. Oh man, that Murphy bed was. He said it was heavy. I guess when he moved it, he was already tired, so he said it felt heavier than it was. When we finally moved it, it was not heavy, but it had weight. It was hollow in the back, but it was pretty big. It was a king. And then I just realized I knew it was not gonna fit in the elevator. I was like, it's not gonna fit. And he was like, we gotta go through the stairs. And I don't know if it was gonna fit in the stairs. It was just boom, one way. So open the door, you go in, up the stairs, and then a little bit to the right because there's two doors. And then you go up there and you make it. I was like, whatever, let's try it, see if it fits in. And that was the second thing we just got off the truck, and we still have the whole truck. And he said that was the most, like, that was the heaviest, and I think he had a sofa that we forgot that was in the back. So we end up doing it, I'm pulling it, and he's pushing, and I forgot, he didn't tell me he was diabetic, so we're going, and we're just, boom. And I couldn't rest, because if I rested, it kept sliding down to him, so he was bearing all the weight, and him and his wife were like, and his wife was working with sandals. That was the fun, but she still worked though with the sandals. And I'm pulling, and he's pushing, and then she's kind of helping him, and we finally made it. And I'm like out of breath on the second item. I'm like, I'm already out of breath, but we end up doing it. So. And then I took like 30 minutes, and then the wife ended up buying lunch for us. That helped out a lot. And and then I guess once I recovered, I was good and kept working because obviously it's not gonna move. The stuff is not gonna come by itself. So I'm pushing, and he was like fatigued, and that's when he told me that he was diabetic. I'm like, hey man, you need to like calm down. But he's like, hey, you need help. Like, you're not gonna do this by yourself. If he doesn't help me, I'm there like probably like 4 more hours. The wife was putting work too. I don't know why the kids didn't help, but I mean, not my dad would have made me work, but whatever. Everybody has their own way to parenting their kids, right? So we by that time my arm was just killing me, man. Like, cause I have to put in the boxes, go up the little 2 steps, make sure. When it goes down the other little 2 steps, make sure it doesn't break, and then it take on those little 4 steps. It's not, there's 4 steps. And then I had to use my left one because my arm was killing me. I was already tired, but I was feeling good, Once the boxes were done, after that was like carrying most of the bed frame, because it was pretty big. So, and then they told me like 6:30 I had to go, and once the sun went down, like, hey, I don't know, I think it was their financer that told them that they had to go, but we ended up finishing, and I ended up giving my number, and then he ended up leaving. I don't know where he went. That was the last time I saw him. He was gonna go get something, and cause we were in a time crunch because it's like a little entryway. I guess it's like a walkway, and they close the gate. That's the only one I guess you move in. You bring the U-Haul, and you kind of start moving in or moving out. So they closed the gate at 6:30 or 7, and he had that U-Haul for like 2 weeks. And usually when the gate closes, they don't open until the weekend. So he didn't want to leave it there another extra day. It's just another money, throwing money at it, and then so and he had a hotel. He had to pay a lot of stuff. So on top of myself, pay the hotel, pay the U-Haul. So it's just like he was just paying a lot. I mean, he was from downsizing, so he had a lot of stuff. We made it work, so that was crazy. That was intense. I guess on the reels that will be the last one I put. So yeah, hopefully I'm gonna start YouTubing a little bit more. Maybe like one. It's just usually I was slow last month, so I didn't really have a lot. But I need to start doing these big videos. We're at 46 now, but yeah. So I hope you guys have a good night, and see you soon.